today we are back with some more spooky, fun, or Halloween themed type of videos. I am having that the theme of my channel for this whole week. So every day leading up until Halloween, including the day of Halloween, we are going to be talking about different spooky, Halloween, or paranormal related or themed type of content. Today just so happens to be day number 4. So today we are going to be talking about the different types of spirits and the different ways that these spirits can haunt you or let you know that they're around or just make their presence known. So for one, when it comes to the paranormal, there are so many types of things that can make their presence known, that can contact you, that can do all types of things. This includes everything from ghosts, spirits, energies that was actually never even human, just different things. There's black-eyed children, there's skinwalkers. There's a whole just a whole different realm of things and creatures and topics when it comes to the paranormal. But for the most case, when it comes to having a ghost in your house or something moving your objects or leaving your cabinets open, most people just think of a ghost as a ghost. They don't really know that there's different types of ghosts, different names for these ghosts, and they all actually kind of do different things. Even though they may be similar and you may just think if you have a ghost in your house, it's a ghost in your house, you don't really think that there's a classification for it. But I am here to inform you and to educate you and to let you know that there is actually several different types of ghosts, and there's several ways that these energies and entities can haunt you. So first, we are going to start off with one of the most commonly known type of ghosts. Most people call this an intellectual ghost. Now, an intellectual ghost is actually a very smart ghost and fully aware of what it is doing. It is aware of everything. It's aware of its new life, meaning that they know that they have passed on, they know that they are living in their realm, and they know that you are the living in your realm. They know the difference between the two. They fully know that it's interacting with you, and more often than not, it's usually a human spirit that has passed on and it knows that it's on the other side. It also could be someone or a spirit that is trapped here for whatever sort of reason and can kind of bounce in between the two realities. It can come into your reality, your dimension, and interact with you, but it also has some type of unfinished business or something related to their current stage or their current life as well. Now, this can be a loved one that has passed away and moved on, and they are just currently, interacting with you, giving you signs, letting you know they're okay, maybe playing with you if they were a tricky type of person. Because usually with these types of spirits, however they were in life is how their spirit is now that they're gone. So that means if someone who was very bubbly, very happy, very loving had passed away, then they're probably still going to be that way in their next life. So when they come back, when they're interacting with your world, they're still going to do it with love and care, or just to let you know, hey, I love you, I'm letting you know, I'm giving you a sign that I'm here, something like that. It could also maybe be a former owner of the home that you live in. So if you live in a house and you feel like it's haunted, or that you may, have some type of slight paranormal activity, that it doesn't scare you, it's not harmful, then it may just be someone who lived in that house and they really loved that house, and before passing, this was where they finally, where they was, their final resting place, whatever it may be. They may have some attachment to this home as their home. They love it. They're fully aware that you're in it. They're not trying to bother you, but they also don't want to leave what they know was theirs either. So with that being said, it can also go the other way. So with that being said, that means that if someone who was just a nasty person in general, very rude, very angry, very irritable, just nasty, if they pass on, their spirit more likely is going to be like that too. So that's the thing with these spirits. However they were when they were alive is pretty much how they're going to be once they pass away. Now, the way that these type of spirits can haunt you, they could just do little annoying things like flipping the lights off and on, turning the water off and on, hiding or moving objects, small, simple noises. And it knows that it's doing these annoying things because it's either trying to give you a sign, get you to notice them, something like that. Like if it's a loved one trying to come through to you, they might be, doing little things to get your attention. But these are usually the more peaceful type of spirits. They're the more commonly known type of spirits, and they're just really going on about pretty much their normal routine. They're aware of you, they're aware of what they are, their new life, their new world, and they're just really just here. The next type of spirit is what they call a residual spirit. These types of spirits aren't really aware of you. They are kind of going about their life prior to death. So they would often do things in a loop. Normally, it's either reliving their final moments, like they will continue their day, make their breakfast, maybe have a cigarette, walk up and down the stairs, open the front door. Like, these are just like normal things that they would do within their routine. They are still living their final moments. They're still living what they knew to be their living life. So they do these things on a continuous loop. And a lot of times with these spirits, they are also reliving their final moments. So you may hear a shrieking, like just like blood draining type of scream, or anything that sounds like a tragic incident or a tragic moment. More than likely, they are reliving how they died. So they are continuously dying over and over and over and over. Like, anything that they do, whatever they are reliving, whether it's their last day, their last hour, their moment of death, whatever it is, they are just continuously doing that on a loop. And they're typically doing whatever they did in their normal life, whether it's, like I said, washing the dishes, going up and down the stairs, cooking, whatever it is that they normally did, they just continue to do it. But they're usually unaware of you. They think that they're still living, they're still doing their normal routine. Whatever day it was or whatever moment it was, they're just stuck in, and they just do that every time on a loop. They're unaware that they're dead. They're unaware that you're there. They're just really just reliving the same thing over and over. And I can't imagine how terrifying and tragic that has to be for some of the spirits that have gone in a very tragic or devastating way. Okay, so the next type of spirit or energy that we are going to talk about is called a poltergeist. Now, with a poltergeist, there is actually some debate on the topic on whether or not a poltergeist is an actual spirit, or if it's just a form of energy that's like, conjured up, just brought together, just energy just boiling and boiling and boiling, and then it makes it manifests into something or energy. So some people believe that a poltergeist isn't really a living thing or wasn't a living thing. These are the types of spirits that would just open all the cabinet doors in the kitchen and slam them all at once. These things also move big pieces of furniture. These are the types of things that can flip tables, couches, chairs, send things flying across the room, out of the room, like doing the most like scary, traumatic, like when you think of a horror movie and everything, the pictures are flying off the wall, the couch is sliding up against the door. That is more so a poltergeist. And like I said, a lot of people believe that it's not really a human spirit and more so a demonic, negative, evil energy that can also latch on and possess you. And usually it has a preference of one specific person or one specific family member it will connect to and bond to and attach to more. Not only that, but these poltergeist type of spirits or energies come with the sense or feeling of being watched. Okay, so now we are going to move right along into the next type of ghost, and this is usually called a funnel ghost. And the reason these types of spirits are called funnel ghosts is because if you are ever lucky enough to catch one, maybe even with your eye or a picture of one, they normally appear like just a smoky mist, like kind of like if you think about a tornado, you know how it kind of like spirals down. It's not really a form, there's not really much there, just a cloud of like dust, smoke, whatever it is. That's kind of how these funnel ghosts really get their name, because that's pretty much what they're going to look like. They literally kind of look like a funnel, and on photographs they could be seen as like spirals of light. But these types of ghosts usually hang around homes that they once lived in or really historical places. These ghosts can also be the type of spirit that cause cold spots. So if you ever walk into a room and it's a normal feeling type of room, normal type of temperature, and then all of a sudden you get like a cold chill, or you walk into a cold spot that feels colder than this side of the room, normally that is caused because of these types of spirits. These types of spirits normally have that type of effect. Okay, so now we are going to talk about something that I'm pretty sure we all know, or we have all recognized this type of spirit, or we have heard about it, seen it, whatever it is, personal or not. I'm pretty sure we have heard of spirits in this form before, but that is a orb. And like I said, an orb is the most common way to see a spirit. And it's also the most common form of photographic evidence that supports the fact that ghosts are real. And that's absolutely crazy, because I know we all have a picture somewhere where we took a picture and there's like this big ball of light, either some spot in the picture above a person in a random space flying through. Like, you guys, I have caught orbs on video before. Like, I have sat down to film a video like I am now, and I started talking about one of my multiple miscarriages that I had, and I kid you not, I caught an orb flash right by, and I even like clipped it, I recorded it, I posted it on Instagram, and I was like, y'all see this, right? Like, it was the most like chilling fact, like the most chilling feeling that I have ever really had. And I've caught them in pictures, I've caught them in all types of things. So I know we have all really seen orb. Like I said, it looks like a big ball of light. They could either be white, like bright white, or kind of colored, like a little yellow color or something like that. But they're usually caught in photographs. And normally that's a sign to let you know that there is a spirit around you, a spirit with you, a spirit connected to you. Whatever it is, there is a spirit in your space. That's usually one of the ways that you can like mostly identify it without seeing like a full body apparition. It's also said to be a soul of a human or an animal that's traveling from one place or another, or that it's also someone looking over you or a loved one that is still with you. And a lot of times they say that they are found in circle shapes, or they usually show up in circle shapes because it is easier for them to move and get around and travel throughout the world and travel wherever they need to go around you as well. But they do also say that the more that an orb stays in our dimension, in our reality, it can actually change and manifest into an actual like full body apparition. Okay, so next, now we are getting a little scary when it comes to the topic of spirits, because now we are going to be talking about shadow people. Now, shadow people, these are typically the spirits or the things that you see in the corner of your eye. So if you're ever, watching TV and you think you see something go by real fast, but when you turn to look, there's obviously nothing there, nothing has been changed. Usually that means that you have seen a shadow person or these shadow people. And usually the more that you look at these, if you actually get a good look at them, other than them just passing by the corner of your eye, if you get a real good look at them, usually the more you look at them, they'll kind of just fade into the darkness or like into the wall or wherever it is where they are originally coming from. They rarely communicate in any way. Like, they normally don't really give you signs. They're not flipping on the lights. They're not throwing things across the room. They hardly ever really rarely communicate, but you can tell. And also from what I've read and what I've looked into from people who have actually encountered these and like actually got to see them other than out of the corner of their eye, you can just tell and feel that they mean like malicious intention. If you ever do get a good look at shadow people, usually they are described to be just a dark void, just a big mass of darkness. There's no like head, there's no like facial features, no face to look at. Sometimes they could be like hooded, unhooded, a hat, a cloak, something like that, but you still will not see a defined face with mouth, eyes, nose, like how we have our features. They're normally just a black mass, just a dark void. And honestly, when it comes to shadow people, they are more common than what you would think. So we always may see something out the corner of our eye and think that it's a ghost in our house or somebody that's roaming and living, their past life over and over again, as we have talked about earlier in this video. But a lot of times, it's probably shadow people and you just don't realize it, because they are a lot more common than we can even think. So now we are going to talk about the darkest of them all. And this is a demonic entity. A demonic entity is something that is not human, and it has never been human, which is like the craziest thing. This is not a ghost of someone who has passed away and now their spirit just wanders like all the other spirits that we have talked about earlier in this video. This never lived. This was never a human being. It's not human, and it never was. Demonic entities are a very strong energy, a very malicious energy, very negative, very evil. They can cause harm. They can possess you. They can manipulate. And if you ever do get one or have one attached to you, or one that is somehow conjured or welcomed into your home, it is a whole process that takes a lot to finally get rid of one. if you can do so in time. And a lot of times these types of entities can come off as a dead relative or someone that you knew, someone close to you. They can come off as anything that you want or that you desire the most. We all know that it's possible if you research or investigate in the paranormal, but a lot of times people will try to reach a loved one. Say your grandma passed away and you're trying to reach out and talk to her. A spirit comes through and tells you it's your grandma, tells you these things, like you fully believe that it's your grandma, but over time these things can manifest and form into their true being or their true form. They can eventually show you who and what they really are, and it's always something demonic, evil, and negative. These things are master manipulators, which means that they can mimic other voices. They can come off as someone else. Like I said earlier, they can come off as a loved one or a deceased family member, but over time they can form and show you who or what they really are. So be sure to try to never let one in. Don't ever welcome or conjure or mess with any type of demonic entity, because it can lead to a full-blown possession with a whole process to get rid of one if you do so in time, like I said earlier. So demonic entities are just like the top of the list, like the most dangerous. They were never living. They don't care about anything. Like, they are out literally for blood, for your spirit, for your energy, for your body. That is their sole purpose. So while we are spending this whole video talking about different types of ghosts and spirits and how they haunt, I also wanted to throw in a little something extra with this. So not only do ghosts and spirits just come from living humans or living animals or some type of energy that is evil and demonic, but things can also be haunted or possessed as well. There is literally a whole list of different types of haunted objects or possessed objects. As we've seen, if you guys have seen Annabelle, that doll clearly had something attached to her and some things going on. So objects, anything, like if you go antiquing, if you go to yard sales, if something from your great grandma's attic is up there, like we don't really know what it is when you bring it into your house. You can go to a yard sale and buy something, but somebody could have done something, some type of ritual with that thing, or trapped some type of spirit in it, or something was already attached to it when they got it. That's why they're getting rid of it. So I just want you guys to know that not only are houses and historical places haunted, not only is ghosts or energies in a form of demonic entities or spirits or ghosts or any of these types of things that we have talked about, but possessions, like not like demon possessions, but like possessions, items, things, household things that you have around your house can also have some type of demonic attachment or some type of possession from these types of spirits and energies as well. Okay, you guys, so I think that pretty much covers the basics of the different types of spirits and energies and ghosts and stuff that you would usually encounter or hear about. So I just thought that it would be really fun to kind of like go through the list and let you guys know, and also like kind of talk about it, because like I said, a lot of us just think a ghost is a ghost. We don't really categorize it. We don't really give it a name. Some people may not even know that there's different types. So I hope that this video cleared it up for some of you who did not know that. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, go ahead and make sure you leave me your comments down below until my next video. And if you haven't done it already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. As you see, I film and upload randomly. I have all types of content. I'm always doing something different over here, and I really don't want you to miss out on it, because I am certain that there is something on this channel for you. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.